supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Woohoo! Welcome indeed. Gentlemen of the band, and you might have noticed a little harp at the beginning with Jewel Shield, so stay tuned. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Santa Rosa. My name is Jennifer Mann, and I'm a prayer practitioner and trustee emeritus. Happy to be here with all of you, including the dancers. That was lovely. And all of you out there in Ethernet land, thank you for joining us this morning. Would you please join me in reading our mission? The Center for Spiritual Living is a spiritual community that promotes global transformation through personal transformation. Our purpose is to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. We are motivated by a compelling global vision that inspires us to bring the gifts of compassion, integrity, and loving kindness to the world through our programs and teaching. Together, we are helping create a world that works for everyone. I love that. You know, this month, we are exploring the divine feminine through the lens of pagan spiritual traditions. Pagan traditions often connect the divine feminine to the earth and all living things on our planet, so generously supports. Soil is receptive to the seeds that are planted and gives life when the conditions are right. We see this play out in our very own lives when we discover the power of our minds. We learn how we can till the soil of our thoughts and beliefs so that the very best ideas can grow. We can discover the divine feminine within ourselves through our 5 core spiritual practices. Would you please read those with me? Spiritual study, affirmative prayer, meditation, selfless service, and spiritual circulation. Well, one thing I really appreciate about our center is that I do not have to practice all alone. There are many gifts when I can practice with friends. And this is what you can do in our circles for spiritual connection. These small groups meet weekly to connect through spiritual practice, and the next round is beginning soon. So please head into the information desk or on our website to find out more about how you can join. Now, I would like to extend a warm welcome to our first-time visitors. First-time visitors, would you please stand as you are able or raise your hand, because our ushers would like to bring you a flower and a welcome packet as a token of our gratitude that you have joined us this morning. You know, if you're watching online for the very first time, would you please let us know in the chat? And we're very grateful that you are with us today. I know that somewhere between the music, the meditation, the prayer and practices, and Reverend Joyce's message today, you will find exactly what you need for your next step of your spiritual journey. Just know this, you are welcome here. Now, please enjoy some music before our short time of silent contemplation and prayer.
Boundless presence, one infinite life, divine intelligence. Yes, all of it, everywhere, all of the time. The one is all, in all, as all, through all, the very ground of being, of everything known and beyond. It's right here in this moment, infilling everything, the harp, the music, the sweet faces acknowledging one another. It is the face of God seen on all. It is a beautiful, opening, riot of love. It's everywhere present, and there's no denying its very essence. It's in the air that is breathed. And such power. It birthed the cosmos. It spins our planet, creating the seasons and pulling the tides. It's everywhere. And I know it's in me and in each one here and beyond, online, Sonoma County, this all beings on this beautiful round ball called Earth. And I bless this time, the harp, the message, the music, the coffee, the hugs, the laughter, the more than enoughness that each one feels as they walk their spiritual path, feeling loved up, feeling seen. And in that blessing that I extend to all that is happening, all things seen and unseen, I just lift up this prayer and give it to God, knowing indeed it is already done. And together we say, and so it is. Good morning. I am Tamira Hume. I am a practitioner here at our center, and I invite you to please read today's affirmation with me. I honor the sacred cycles and dance with the turning of the wheel, and so it is.
When I was a boy each week, on Sunday we would go to church and pay attention to the priest, and he would read the holy word and consecrate the holy bread, and everyone would kneel and bow. Today the only difference is everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. When I was in Sunday school, we would learn about the time Moses split the sea in two, and Jesus made the water wine. And I remember feeling sad that miracles don't happen still, but now I can't keep track, 'cause everything's a miracle. Everything's a miracle. Now wine from water is not so small, but an even better magic trick is that anything is here at all. And so the challenging thing becomes not to look for miracles, but finding where there isn't one. When holy water was rare at best, it barely wet my fingertips, but now I have to hold my breath like I'm swimming in a sea of it. It used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down, but I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. Now read a questioning child's face and say it's not a testament. That'd be very hard to say. And see another new morning come and say it's not a sacrament. I tell you it can't be done. This morning outside I stood and saw a little red-winged bird shining like a burning bush, singing like a scripture verse. It made me want to bow my head, and I remember when church let out how things have changed since then, 'cause everything is holy now. It used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down, with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. Oh, everything is holy now.
Good morning. Chris and musicians, thanks for the wonderful music this morning. Everything is indeed holy, isn't it? That's actually the underlying theme of today's message, and actually that's the underlying theme of every day here at the Center for Spiritual Living, that everything is divine. It's one whole, and we are part of it, expressing it. Today, the way we're going to talk about that truth, that everything is one and we're part of it, is through the lens of the topic, which is the sacred feminine and the living earth. You may have noticed that all the talk titles this month have the word sacred feminine in them, and I want to really thank and acknowledge Reverend Ruth for kicking off the month last week in such a powerful way. And also, I want to thank and acknowledge Reverend Russ and Dr. Edward for having this very special month where we're focusing on the sacred feminine and having female speakers, and indeed, I'm very grateful and honored to be here today to talk about this. I certainly agree with Reverend Ruth that, the divine one is without a gender, for heaven's sakes. It doesn't have any personality traits. And yet, when I was growing up in the Midwest in the 50s, our church did describe God as male, and all the leadership was male. So it was very healing for me when I came to California as a young woman, and I discovered there were spiritual teachers who were women, and there were Hindu teachers who were women, and then I discovered our Science of Mind tradition, where so many, in fact, the majority of ministers are women. So as we continue through this month, considering these very special words, sacred feminine, what does it even mean? This is our job to look at this month, and I invite you to consider what the sacred feminine means to you. Is there a place in you that embodies the sacred feminine? For myself, and in speaking with other people in my life, including our host today, Jennifer Mann, I found that there were three main qualities that people thought of when thinking of the sacred feminine: creative power, unconditional giving, and a non-judgmental, welcoming embrace. Creative power, giving, and unconditional acceptance, welcome. So I want to look with you today to see how these three qualities show up in our living earth, the sacred feminine and the living earth. So let's just focus for a moment on living earth. Of course, that phrase living earth recognizes that what is around us and within us is, so we're not looking at a photograph, we're not looking at a film, we're looking at something that is vibrantly alive, ever changing, ever evolving. And it, even more than that, it's interacting with itself and interacting with us. You may have heard of the Gaia hypothesis, which in the 1970s was suggested by a microbiologist, Lynn Margulis, and a chemist named James Lovelock. And that hypothesis suggests that everything in our biosphere, whether it's organic, like plants, animals, and us, organic or inorganic, like the air, the water, the temperature, that everything, organic and inorganic, interacts and works together to try to promote life. The Gaia hypothesis treats the whole biosphere as if it were one self-regulating organism. I suspect you have had your own experience of this living earth. Have you ever been somewhere where you could just sense life around you? Apparently, Ernest Holmes had. He wrote at the very beginning of the Science of Mind textbook, "The earth contains untold riches, and the very air is vibrant with power." Have you ever been somewhere where the very air was vibrant with life, with power? I was a Peace Corps volunteer in East Africa, and I remember when I first stepped off the plane in Uganda that I noticed the air was different. I later realized that I had just arrived in one of the most life-filled places on the planet, one of the most biodiverse. And what was different about that air was that I was literally inhaling life. How about you? Have you been somewhere where you were aware of the living earth around you? Maybe a forest or a farm? A plant conservatory with all those plants in there? A riverbank? So where in this living earth can we spot the qualities of these three qualities of the sacred feminine, the creative power, unconditional giving, and a welcoming embrace? And by noticing them, by the way, can we allow our own creative power, giving, and non-judgmental welcome to come out, to be expressed even more? Well, let's consider creative power. Most of my life, I thought of creativity as me doing something. Here's me, here's the world, and I'm making things happen. I'm making something new. But recently, what's come to my attention is the other form of creativity. It's more like giving birth. Something new is created because it comes through you. And when that birthing process of creativity starts to happen, it will have its way. All one is required to do is to be present, surrender to it. I think one of the clearest examples of this kind of creative power on our earth is a volcano. Volcanoes, happen when the temperature of the inner earth, the mantle, gets so hot that the rocks melt. The mantle melts and combines with gases, and the pressure is so great that molten magma is just thrust up, comes out of the mountain wherever it can as molten lava, which then goes down the mountain and eventually cools to create new land. One of the most active volcanoes on the earth right now is on the big island of Hawaii. Hawaii is not only the biggest Hawaiian island, it's also the newest because it's literally still being formed. The indigenous Hawaiians consider this volcano to be the home of the goddess Pele, who is, according to the tradition, the creator of all the Hawaiian islands. Pelly's volcano is the conduit through which molten lava comes into the world, rushes down that mountain, cools, and becomes new land. My neighbors have a piece of land on the Big Island, and it's now covered up. They still own it. And their attitude is, well, when it eventually cools, we'll have 30 feet more elevation to look at the sea with. So let's bring this creative power even closer to home. I invite you just to take a moment to go inside and consider, what is it that wants to express through me? What new thing wants to come into the world through me? It's part of my spiritual practice to ask these kind of questions on a regular basis, because asking them once, something may or may not come up, but asking them sort of consistently every few days or so, it's like a statement in consciousness that I really want an answer to this question. And answers do come, often in very surprising ways. And then we can just surrender, be present, and let that creative power express through us. Let's turn now to the second form of the sacred feminine, givingness, the quality of generosity that is unconditional, without expectation, neutral. For me, the ultimate sacred feminine image is the Hindu goddess Lakshmi. She's the goddess associated with wealth and good fortune, beauty and abundance. And this abundance goes beyond material abundance to include an abundance of courage, an abundance of knowledge, an abundance of patience. I know I, for one, have moments in my life where I could use an abundance of patience. And it's good to know that there's somebody we can call on in that moment, Lakshmi. In nature, of course, abundant givingness is so obvious, the various gazillion varieties of plants and animals, and the prolific way in which some animals reproduce, insects. So I was curious as to how many species are there on this earth? And I found out that even though there's no exact number, we're still discovering them. And there's some question among scientists about how to define a species, but an agreed upon number is, think of something in your head, number of species on this planet, 8.7 million. Mind-boggling. To think that nature has come up with 8.7 million different ways to express life. What a generous, giving, living earth we're on, us as a species, and 8.7 million other species. And by the way, this is everybody. We're counting viruses and amoeba and everybody. We're all in it together. So let's now consider the third quality of the sacred feminine, a non-judgmental, accepting welcome. The sacred image that comes to mind for me is Mary. I did not grow up Catholic, but I do notice these wonderful statues of Mary with this peaceful, loving look on her face and her arms open. Mary, the Mother of God, welcoming us all. And do you think we could find a quality of welcome here on our living earth? I believe that from our own experience And also from the research done showing how good nature makes us feel, I think we can certainly say we are welcome here. This summer's issue of the National Wildlife Federation's publication has an article by Katarina Zimmer that presents an overview of studies done by scientists about the effect of nature on us, studies done over the past 4 decades in different places in the world. And these are some of the highlights. Spending time in nature reduces heart rate and reduces blood pressure, reduces stress in the moment, and also a less stressful response after one leaves that natural environment. Spending time in nature lowers the risk then of stress-triggered diseases, which is like all of them. And it also lowers mental health problems. Spending time in nature boosts a sense of comfort and connection and fosters creativity. And by the way, good news, if you can't get to a green space, the studies also found that people experience these benefits by viewing images of nature, even just imagining nature. Can you relate to that good feeling that comes from being in nature or even just imagining it? I know that ever since I put some plants in my bedroom, I wake up feeling cheerier as I first thing say hello to the plants. And I also want to say a big thank you to whoever came up with that idea of taking those covers on fluorescent lights and putting images of nature over them. Wasn't that brilliant? You find them in offices, and doctors' offices, and dentist offices. I remember going in for a procedure, feeling kind of nervous, and lying down and then seeing ferns up there, and just feeling immediately more relaxed. And while I'm at it, I want to give a big shout out to my dentist, Dr. Keiko, who has videos of fish playing when she's working on me. So clearly, nature is welcoming us. How can we be more welcoming to it? How can we accept its welcome and be even more connected to it? Ernest Holmes gives these words of encouragement when he says, "You belong to the universe in which you live. You are one with the original flow of life, as much a part of it as the sun, the earth, and the air." But perhaps, like me, that you've had moments of being in nature and your head's somewhere else, you don't really feel connected. Reverend Ruth referred to this feeling last week of, I know sometimes I can walk into a green space and I kind of feel like an alien who's just been beamed in with a slab of concrete on my feet. You know, there's all this green stuff around me, and I'm different from it, especially if I have a lot on my mind. When I notice this feeling, what I do is I stop and I pause and I pay attention to what's going on around me. I might hear the water in a stream, and I imagine how it feels on my skin. I might see a bird or an animal. I imagine what my body would feel like if I moved like that. I might imagine myself actually inhaling the green around me. I do these things to remind myself that I am of it, not just in it. And I find that the longer I pay attention and appreciate what's around me, the more I do feel it, that I'm part of it. Our experience, our connection to nature is not just a pleasant, healing, and uplifting experience for us. It's vital for the survival of our biosphere and therefore vital for our survival as a species. I watch my 2-year-old granddaughter venturing more and more into natural spaces and delighting in what she's discovering, and I wonder how much of this natural beauty will be here for her as she continues to grow up. How much of this beautiful earth that I've been blessed with over my lifetime will be here for her and those to come. I believe that valuing nature and preserving it for those to come begins with our truly knowing and experiencing our oneness with it. Us and 8.7 million other species, all in it together. There's a definite relationship, as far as I can see, between connection to nature and protection of nature. Perhaps the most inspiring example of this comes from the indigenous people of the Andes, spanning several countries in South America, where Pachamama is the earth mother goddess of fertility, planting, harvesting. Rather than seeing Pachamama as some distant human form, the indigenous people interact with her as the land itself, the fields, the soil, the mountains. And because of this close connection between the people and Pachamama, Pachamama is protected in the constitutions of Ecuador and of Bolivia. Imagine the land itself has constitutional protection. This is what happens when humans not only connect with nature, but understand their reciprocal role in it, both the receiving and the giving that make up our life on earth. Ernest Holmes' words affirm this. He said, back in the 1920s, he said, "The furtherance of evolution depends upon our ability to sense unity with nature and her forces. When this knowledge of unity comes alike to all, the tread of armies will cease, and the bugle call will echo the soft notes of universal love." And here we are, 100 years later. There's even more urgency to sense our unity with nature. So I invite you this week to pay close attention to your connection to the living earth around you. I invite you this week to become more aware of the way the living earth welcomes you. And I invite you this week to discover more ways in which you can welcome the earth with your love and care. Let us begin this journey of connection and caring right now together. The words of our closing spiritual practice are entitled "Greetings and Thanks to the Natural World." These words are inspired by the indigenous Haudenosaunee people. May their words and the gentle music help remind you of your connection with all things. I invite you to go inside and let these words just settle in however they will. Greetings and thanks to each other as people. To the earth, mother of all, greetings and thanks. To all the waters, waterfalls and rains, rivers and oceans, greetings and thanks. To all the fish life, greetings and thanks. The grains and greens, beans and berries, as one we send thanks to food plants. Medicine herbs of the world and their keepers, greetings and thanks. To all animals and their teachings, greetings and thanks. The trees for shelter and shade, fruits and beauty, greetings and thanks. To all birds, large and small, joyful greetings and thanks. And from the four directions, the four winds, thank you for purifying the air we breathe and giving us strength. Greetings. The thunderers, our grandfathers in the sky, we hear your voice. Greetings and thanks. And the sun for the light of a new day and all the fires of life. Greetings and thanks. To our oldest grandmother, the moon, leader of women all over the world, and the stars for their mystery, beauty, and guidance. Greetings and thanks. To our teachers from all times, reminding us of how to live in harmony. Greetings and thanks. And for all the gifts of creation, for all the love around us, greetings and thanks. And for that which is forgotten, we remember. We end our words. Now our minds are one. And so it is. Well, greetings and thanks, and what a wonderful way to prepare ourselves for this very special part of the service that weekly reminds us of our participation in the good of life, the cycle of giving and receiving. It is indeed time for our offering, and I invite the ushers to stand and for all of us to put our hands on our hearts, whether holding a check or having texted or auto-giving, one of the many ways we can support our center. As we hold our hands, we say together, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and prosper. It does fabulous work in the world. And bless this creation. And so it is. Thank you, ushers, for receiving our gift.
Have come here to love one another. We have come here to let our love grow. We are family, we're sisters and brothers, and we carry this love wherever we go. Try that with me. We have come here to love one another. We have come here to let our love grow. We are family, we're sisters and brothers, and we carry this love wherever we go. Yeah, we carry this love. We carry this
Ooh, thank you so much. We are carrying the love. I appreciate that idea. So I'm back. Hello. I have some announcements, and I love this first one. I want to talk about licensed prayer practitioners for just a second, because our licensed prayer practitioners are the spiritual heart of our community. And today, I have the honor of welcoming our two newest practitioners, Jennifer Langdon and Jennifer Caldwell. Becoming a practitioner takes both commitment and compassion, and our two new Jennifers exhibit those qualities and so much more. I'm grateful to welcome both of you to our practitioner family, Jennifer and Jennifer from Jennifer. Please give them a round of applause. Yay! If you would like to follow in their footsteps and become a licensed prayer practitioner, then you might want to talk to Reverend Russ about the education pathway that leads to licensing. The first requirement is that you are a member here at the center. The good news is today is the new member orientation. It's today at 1 o'clock. It's both in person in Wagner Hall and online. So come and learn about our center and what membership actually means. And you can get a tour of the website, and then you will have an opportunity to affirm your membership in this community, which is such an honor. Now I have some education highlights to share with you that I'm very excited about. First one is from Reverend Tara. She wants you to know what to-do list can be, that they're one of the best ways to live an intentional life, welcoming the things you do want while letting go of the things you do not want. What a wonderful idea. That's why she's teaching a workshop about to-do lists called The Magic of To-Do Lists on Sunday, August 16th at 1 p.m. You can learn all about how to use to-do lists as a spiritual practice. There's an idea. How to translate what you love into to-do lists that lead you on a journey of discovery and growth. Second, it is not surprising that busyness, daily challenges, the news, and more make it hard for us to stay present. In Reverend Tara's new 5-week course called Living in Presence, we will explore a variety of practices and teachings to assist you in navigating your day. When we can become present to all that life is, we bring spirit into even the most mundane tasks. And that's when the magic happens. That's true. This class is available both in person on Thursday, September 3rd, and online Saturday, September 5th. Now, this next class is for the parents in our community. Parenting is in the 21st century is one of the most challenging things there is. And by the way, so is grandparenting. There are ways to remain consciously connected to spirit, no matter what these challenges bring, though. And this is what, let me clear my throat, practitioner Jennifer Caldwell will share in her upcoming class called Conscious Parenting. You can sign up for all these classes and workshops on our website. Now, next, this is fun, this is nature, this is Earth. The Santa Rosa Creek Trail starts at the entrance of a place to play park that's very close by to here. And those who walk the trail are sometimes fortunate enough to see an otter or two, my favorite. If you would like to walk with your spiritual community, you can join Reverend Russ this coming Saturday, August 15th at 9 a.m. You would like to register, though, on our website so you can get the address and so we know who is coming. And we'll wait for you. Now, lastly, I have a roof update. Last year, we told you about our roof repair project. Those of you in person know what we're talking about. You might have sat next to a bucket catching leaks during the winter in the rainy season. Over the last 12 months, though, our roof repair team, led by facility manager Bob Stender, researched the options to ensure our roof repair would last us for at least 30 years, while also fitting into the budget. More magic. Your contributions toward our roof went a long way to getting us where we thought we needed to be, but as we researched further, we learned that given the age of our roof, repairs alone would not be enough to fulfill the goal. So that's when we decided to look to our future, and we're going to replace the entire roof. Good idea. The amount of contributions we had collected at that point was substantial and covered 50% of a full roof replacement. So we tapped into our prudent reserve so we could start the work this month and be ready for the upcoming rainy season, which I hear is going to be intense this year. This means we are asking you to fill the gap in funding by contributing toward our roof. There is a link on the website to designate a donation toward the roof, or you could also write roof on your giving envelope the next time the basket is passed. That will help us to refill our prudent reserve while also covering our future. Thank you so much for your generosity in doing this. I'm so glad that we are a community all together and that you and you online are part of it. Our nonprofit partner for August is Daily Acts. Here's a video showing the good work that they do, and be sure if you're here to go out and thank them at their table in the social hall. Have a wonderful week.
Daily Acts was founded on the inspired belief that by reclaiming the power of our individual and collective daily actions, we could joyfully transform our lives, our homes, our gardens, our neighborhoods, and our communities.
Today we are at Miwok Park in beautiful Petaluma, California, transforming a water-intensive lawn into a beautiful pollinator hedgerow and water-wise rain garden. This is our first public installation through the Land Resilience Partnership, supporting community-based drought resilience and climate resilience. This 9,000 square foot section of lawn used more than 250,000 gallons of water each year. After today's transformation, water use will be reduced by 85%, saving hundreds of thousands of gallons of water.
Other benefits, in addition to water conservation, include flood reduction, increased shade canopy, carbon sequestration, and increased drought and fire resilience. These landscape transformations also build community and get people really inspired and filled with hope for a better tomorrow.
Now imagine gardens like this in your parks, your schools, your neighborhoods, your entire community, multiplying the benefits of habitat, beauty, conserving resources, catching, storing, and recharging water into the earth to address drought, fire, and climate change. This garden is just one of 60 installations we're doing through 2026 throughout Petaluma, with the potential to scale these solutions from city to county, state, and beyond. This garden is saving hundreds of thousands of gallons of water per year. Spread these solutions citywide, and we're talking about the potential to reduce water demand by hundreds of millions of gallons of water. In addition to benefits such as reducing urban heating, sequestering carbon, reducing flooding, and creating more beautiful spaces while bringing our communities together. In the face of really big difficulties, it's vital to remember the power of community the power of nature-based solutions, and the power of small actions and small groups to affect really big positive change.
So thanks everybody for being here. Thank you for people online coming to be with us. What a vibrant community we have. Thank you, host Jennifer, for telling us all about it. Thank you to Myra for your beautiful prayer today. Guest musician Jewel, thank you for your lovely music. And as always, Chris and the band, thank you so much for your music today. So I invite you to stand for our closing. As we say together, I'm going to change it a little bit. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is this thing called life. Life is in my body. Life is in my mind. Life is in all my affairs. I think it. I feel it. I'm connected to it. I am it. Know with me that you are never alone. That spirit is right where you are, that you have only to look within at any moment to know that you're guided, sustained, and inspired by a present that expresses itself as you in this world. In deepest gratitude, let us live our lives accordingly, so that in everything we do, say, and think, we honor this presence within. And so it is. Enjoy the closing music and see you next week.
I have a prayer for peace. Wherever I go, peace goes with me. I feel peace inside, in every breath, peace abides. I know the joy of peace. I choose fear to release. Every moment love wakes up, and peace is every step. Oh yes, peace is every step. Peace is